Okay, this morning I've been busy doing a bunch of stuff, crunching numbers like I do, and writing stuff on my little notepad. But first thing I wanted to do was figure out how long it takes to double your money in the stock market. So I've been wondering that for a while now. And I had my trend line already here for this channel here for the Dow Jones going back to 1876 or whatever it is. 1896. So I think it's a pretty good representation of what the stock market does. So right here, I think I zoomed into like the 4-hour chart or the smallest chart I could. Got this right down to the nitty gritty, whatever I could. And I measured from here all the way over there in this blue square here to see how long it takes to double your money. And it came out to 4,930 days. And so, oh yeah, I did the math, and that's 13.4976043,806 years. Which easily you can round that to 13.5 years, right? Because it's super, 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 super close. So I knew that. And then I started thinking, well, what about inflation, Because inflation is going to be drawing a similar picture. And, am I going to have any money left after inflation, Or is this just, am I going to break even, So I start trying to look for inflation, and I can't really find a good graph that is very accurate or goes back very far and stuff. And I kind of see why now, because it's really impossible to measure. Because, well, one of the things I found said that a Hershey's bar in 1913, you could get 30 of them for $1. Okay? So I start thinking, well, actually, that's actually what I used to do a bunch of my math. That's what I went all the way back to 1913. We marked, where are we at here? Went back to 1913 and marked the top of this trend line. Exactly. And it came out to 110.525. If you can believe that. And then I went to 2013 and did the same thing. And it came out to, where are we at? 22,903. So I did the math, and it went 110 goes into 22,000, blah, 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 blah. 207 times 207.23. Okay. And so for that same period, what am I trying to do here? Oh, the inflation. The inflation, I figured, was between 20 and 30 times. Because you can't really measure inflation, It's like a chocolate bar then and now. How do you say that that's the same value? Because it's so much easier to make now, and so much easier to ship sugar around the world, and people eat so much more chocolate bars. Back then, chocolate bars was a rare, exotic treat or something, So who knows what 30 chocolate bars back then even means today. And same with anything else, whether it's water or salt or gold or whatever, you know. It's like, how do you know really what it was worth or what it's worth now? And the same thing, how do you know what a chocolate bar is worth? You might be able to get it in bulk for, 50 cents, or you might be able to get one at the truck stop for like $4 or something if you want it, or in the big city or at Disney World or something for like $18 or something, who knows, right? So how do you figure inflation? You see what I'm saying? But from what I can tell, it seems to be between 20 and 30 times. 20 and 30x, During the same time, the stock market did this 207x. So that's what I came up with there. And then I figured if I put $1 in the stock market at 1913 and I bought $1 worth of Hershey's chocolate and I put $1 underneath my pillow, then in 2013, if I cashed them all in, $1 underneath my pillow wouldn't be worth anything compared to what it was. 1/20th or 1/30th or whatever you'd say, And then the one that I bought the chocolate with, I'd still have 30 chocolate bars. So whatever that's worth now, if you want to say $30 or $60 or who knows, So then there's one more dollar that I put in the stock market, and it's worth $207 now. $207.23. So obviously the stock market's the best investment, right? And so I found this website. I think I showed you everything I need to show you on here. That, and then I figured out a certain time, the inflation from a certain time to a certain time. I think I even used the same 1913 to 2013. No, I used the present. I don't know what I did. Anyway, I figured that from one spot on this trend line, like, it was actually from where we're at, because it was the center in between the dotted line and the edge of the channel, kind of, I thought. And I went back 100 years to the same spot, and it worked out really good, I thought. So I thought it'd be a good deal. And it came out to exactly 3% inflation. Which is also what the guesser thing wants me to do anyway when I'm using this app and stuff. So it just seems like 3% inflation just seems like right. But yeah, if I type in, like, say, 1913, what's happening to me? Oh, okay. $20.13. Next. Why are you doing this to me? Predict. Okay, $1.1913 is worth $23.53. See, that's about a factor of 20 or 30, like I said. And the inflation rate is 3.21. Wonder what dates I used. How about 2022? And 1922. Right. Anyway, you have to take my word for it. Whatever I did, it came out to 3%. And so I feel like 3% is a good representation. And so if I use... Oh, crap. I did all kinds of stuff here. Well, you've seen the 100-year one is about $20, right? So it's about a factor of 20, like I said. And then I found another website that said $100 was worth $4.25 after 100 years. So that's about a factor of 20 to 25 as well. And then I found another website that said something about $26.11 or 13 cents or something, you know. And I can get it to do the same thing with this here calculator, putting in future dates. I start 2022 for the start year, and then the end year I put 24 years. So 2044. And we'll take a look and just make sure that came out right, because it probably didn't. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, you have to take my word for it, probably. Or maybe this was it anyway. But, yeah, I figured it to 24 years with 3% inflation. That it would take for $1 to turn into $2. So you'd lose half your buying power. And it was every 24 years. And so it takes 27 years to double your money twice in the stock market. So it's around half, I think. I mean, I don't really know how to know exactly where to go from here, you know? Like how long would it exactly take before you took $1 worth of, or one chocolate's worth of money and put it in the stock market and they would turn it into 2 chocolates, you know? Like how long would that take? Because I'm guessing it'd be, you know, 1 3/4, or like, let me think. That's what I mean. I need to put this on a graph. You know, I can't just guess, right? Well, one of the ways I had thought about it was, you know, the 100 years is a 207x on the market and a 20x, let's say, on the inflation. So you get to keep 10x, and the government takes 20x, steals it through inflation. I think, yeah. It seemed like they're taking half of it, but I don't think that's the way the math works out. So I'm still thinking about it, but if I'm right, then that means you only get to keep 3.5 doublings. Because 10x means 3.5 doublings. 10x doesn't mean 10 doublings. If I said it right.